Hey, Sam from SSL here, and today I'm going to be showing you some essential tips on using Delta Control and Matrix to add the final touches to your mix. Delta Control is a clever plugin that allows you to take control and automate your analog fader levels and switches and save all of this automation data inside of your workstation. If you haven't had a chance to use Delta Control before, please be sure to check out our Introduction to Delta Control videos on our YouTube channel. So let's take a look at my workflow for today. So we have our Pro Tools session with our audio stemmed out across the desk into audio groups. So we've got kick, snare, toms, percussion, keys, bass, vocals, and so on. The important thing to note is that I've got analog compressors with carefully set thresholds on the insert points of the matrix. Now, if I was to use the Pro Tools fader automation, I would be riding into the front end of these compressors, which isn't necessarily desirable. But by using Delta Control, it means I can automate post-processing in the analog domain. For smaller edits and micro edits, such as vocal rides for inconsistent performances, I will use Pro Tools clip gain, but to finish my mix, I like to use Delta Control because this is the final automation analog passes. Now, let's take a listen to the session I'm working on today.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out my system. How did you get deep under my skin? Maybe we should ask more questions. Maybe we should stop and not begin.
Okay, so the overall fader balance is pretty good there, but the vocal gets a little lost in the chorus. So I'm going to use Delta Control to rectify this. So let's look at the process for doing that. Number one, we're going to go to the SSL menu on the Matrix, hit New Mix, and hit Enable. Then what I'm going to do is insert a Delta Control plugin over the vocal channel inside of Pro Tools. Make sure we select Matrix, make sure we select the channel, and today our vocal channel is on channel 10. So the key thing to remember is to make sure you enable your automation parameters for the plugin. And so we can see what's going on, I'm going to bring up the automation lane for Delta Control. So let's have a listen from the pre-chorus again.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out my system. How did you get deep under my skin?
So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab a section here and I am going to raise that by a few dB and see how that sounds.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out my...
Okay, that's a little too much. Drop that back slightly and listen again.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out my system. How did you get deep under my skin?
Okay, so that's better. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is a bit of a creative process. So we've got some outboard reverbs here today wired to the effects ends of the Matrix. And what I'm going to do is use Delta Control to punch these in and out on tail lines of the vocals. So let's set that up. So let's make sure effects 1 is enabled inside of the automation of Delta Control. And we will look at the effects automation lane so we can see what's going on. So let's roll back to the beginning of the chorus.
I cannot not get you out my system. How did you get deep under my skin? Maybe we should ask more questions. Maybe we should stop and not begin.
Let's take a listen to that.
I cannot not get you out my system. How did you get deep under my skin? Maybe we should ask more questions. Maybe we should stop and not begin.
Okay, sounds good. So the final thing I'm going to do is raise the master level in the chorus slightly, just to give it a little boost. So what I'm going to do inside of Pro Tools is scroll down, grab a Delta Control plugin, and make sure that is set to bus and the master fader of the matrix. Make sure that's automation enabled, and then I am going to roll back to the pre-chorus.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out my system. How did you get deep under my skin? Maybe we should ask more questions. Maybe we should stop and not begin.
Just double check that. And there's our automation ride, and we pop back to the pre-chorus.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out my system.
Sounds good. So that's it really, and this is scratching the surface of what Delta Control can do, and we've got other videos on our YouTube channel on Logic and so on to show you what that's all about.
I should stop myself, cause there's nothing left, but my head says not to change it. Oh, I cannot not get you out